Yes, this is still Maxi Test, and no, the idea isn't to pretend we're Alan McNeish, but rather to pay tribute to the Audi R8 in test driving the road version of the famous racer. The former forged one of the most impressive endurance racing careers. The latter is borrowing the nomenclature and is forging its way into a domain Audi has never dared enter before: Grand Touring. And here it is in living colour. This R8 was first seen at the Paris Auto Show, but here it's a lot more attractive. This is the real deal. The 4.131 metres of R8 is, in a word, virile, but it also is an impressive mix of sobriety and pure beauty. Diodes can be found at the front and the back, which is one of the R8's signature features. Another characteristic of this made in Ingolstadt GT, the side panels, which can be had from a variety of materials like carbon fibre and a variety of colours. They house the engine's air intakes. Another of its styling points is the design of the intakes. The traditional rings have been removed from the radiator grille to the top of the bonnet, which is a first from Audi. In a word, the front of the R8 is simply awesome. It gives the R8 all its personality and aggressiveness. As for the engine, well, it's behind the passengers, centrally located and longitudinal, enclosed in an aluminium chassis, which is yet another Audi trademark. Doted with direct injection, this 4.2-litre V8 produces 420 bhp from 7,800 RPM, with 430 Newton meters of torque from 5,500 revs. The machine red lines at 8,250 revs. The power, which can be felt through the driver's spine, is wonderful. This V8 is coupled with a manual gearbox with a sequential 6-speed. 80% of the shifts are made with the R-Tronic, and that's what we are using. Shifts can be made with either a gear lever or shifter pedals. What is curious is that while we would never pretend to be a true racing car driver, why do you push forward to go up a gear and pull back to go down? The best way around that could be confusing and eventually a painful experience. Best to stay with steering wheel paddle shift systems. The steering wheel's depth and height can be adjusted, which adds a little more to an already luxury and supercar atmosphere. As is always the case at Audi, the finish quality cannot be called into question. There's absolutely nothing missing at the driver post. Worth noting is the presence of aluminium pedals, but they must be joking because they don't come standard. And to make things worse, you have to pay extra for the 6 CD charger, GPS and 19-inch wheels. Not very sporting of our German friends. But to drive an R8 is pure driving pleasure, at ease everywhere, even on these tight and twisty secondary roads. The front axle is spot on and the car handles beautifully, thanks in large part to the 44-55% distribution, but also the low centre of gravity and the pinpoint accuracy of the steering. Thanks also to the Quattro system, which is discreet but does the job, and it adds tremendously to the confidence you quickly acquire at the wheel of this R8. Comfortable as it should be, firm when it needs to be, the suspension offers near perfect compromise. The brakes are up to the task and just as good as Porsche's, which for us have always been the benchmark. Provided with the indispensable driver aids from the marketing side of things, the R8's road handling flirts with perfection. You can safely choose to disconnect the anti-skid and trajectory correction system. The R8 is very well balanced, and when the road surface is wet, it is also impressive. To get it completely brake loose is not at all easy to do. In conclusion, Audi has come up with the goods with the R8, and the competition should be concerned.